Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Wednesday night. It's time for Live Talk Forum right here on my Facebook page with me, Lynn Rene MacDonald. Thank you all for coming. It's every Wednesday night at 7:15, Live Talk Forum, where we address everything and anything metaphysical and Earth World, the universal law of love in Earth World, and metaphysically with all that is God, that is love. This is what we do on the show. We answer your questions. It is a live show. It is an interactive show. We have a whole team here with me, Jennifer, Rachel, and Sophia. They're always on with us every Wednesday and every show that we do. And this is the show that we do for Wednesday night. It's about answering and getting the God's honest truth for highest knowing of consciousness, or highest consciousness, Christ consciousness, and beyond, for the God's honest truth of everything and anything that is in our lives and that is all that is God, that is love. Okay, so tonight's show, as always, we got some great topics for you. We have some of our people coming on here. I'm excited. Hi everybody, I see you guys coming on. I think I can read you from here. I think I see Sarah on, and I think I see Andrew, and I think I see Dee. Hey guys, thanks for coming. I'll have Rachel and Jen introduce us, or not introduce us, say hello to everybody with us in a little bit. But thank you for everybody that I can see just popping up here. Thank you everybody for coming. And as always, our show is going to have a lot of fun, a lot of incredible wisdom. And we're going to get your questions answered, questions from last week, questions from this week. As everybody knows, the show is free. However, we do request, or we do ask, that you could help fund our show and our mission and what we do. We come to you live from Virginia Beach, Virginia, at the Institute for Christ Consciousness and the Copper Dragon, right here live. You can come here to our live show right here in person, or you can get right on Facebook, as everybody usually does, the larger majority of the people, because we don't have a giant studio for a whole lot of people, like the hundreds of people especially that we've been getting as of late, which is fantastic. And we're super grateful for all you viewers, everybody who watches, everybody who comes, helps, supports us. It builds a community and brings us the gifts of love, the whole formula of love, for no matter what comes, how to work with that formula, the God's honest truth of it, that high-end Christ consciousness. That's what we teach. It's all based in ask and you shall receive, and the law of a universe with love. That is love. All right, that said, so we do ask if you can help fund us, please do. We have a PayPal, we have a Venmo for that. You can also help fund us in a different way by balancing and returning energy. How is that? By shopping at our shopping center, coming here, visiting us, telling people what we do, sharing our stuff with other people, sharing our show with other people. If you know somebody who needs assistance in Earth World and is having some challenges, or who would be interested in what we do, because we teach everything metaphysical. We are what you would call the ultimate teachers for the teachers, okay? And that's a master energy space, and it is not about egos, it's about love. And you guys are all those people as well. So, but I'm just telling you the God's honest truth as guided by highest knowing of love. And tonight's show, we got some great topics for you. Remember, anything that I can do, you can do. We all have this master teacher in us, provided we do the work and work with God or love, and are always in our heart spaces as much as possible. This is how, through lifetimes, right, on our journey, right, with age comes wisdom, both in this life and in all that is God, that is love. So we all have these gifts. We talk about this all the time on our show. So great topics for tonight. The biggest, most important one is this that we're going to talk about, are the ones that we, of course, advertised about, or put up little what would you call those, memes or advertisements, I guess would be the best way to put it, that we put on my Facebook page, about magic, the incredible magic when you work with love that you have, and the boundaries of that magic, and blowing the doors of that magic in these times, because it is a very, very, what I call, what universe is telling me to use this word, ripe. Right? Like the fruit is ripe, right? When we eat delicious fruit, right? Ripe. In other words, it is time for karma. Okay. When you work with God at the highest levels of love, as you grow through lifetimes, what happens is, and you have incredible gifts, and these incredible gifts come with incredible magic. We all have them. We all utilize this magic. It's ask and you shall receive. What it's about you manifesting in your reality. But the wildest thing of all is that it goes beyond what we're going to talk about tonight. Really goes beyond what most people would traditionally be believing or saying that you're allowed to do or imposing on other people. We are talking about the purest form of magic here. That's what we're going to talk about on the show tonight. How this energy works, how you attain this energy, or how you can utilize this energy, and also about checking yourself at the door, so to speak. In other words, making sure that you have your stuff right or in alignment with all that is love, that is God. And also, we're going to talk about all the ways that this goes down, okay? Just like when I've told you before that what I do is incredible magic, especially as I keep on evolving, as we all keep on evolving, the more incredibly magical we become with love. Well, we have some incredible abilities to create anything and everything that we want, that we choose from love, provided our hearts are in the best space of love. In other words, in balance, in the purest form of love. The more in that space we are, the healthier we are, the more magic that we have, that we utilize and can work with out here. And also the least amount of boundaries and the most freedom that we have to utilize the law of karma and universal law. Now this is where it gets tricky, okay? When I'm talking about these things, most people, okay, we're talking about 98.999999999, right, percent of the people and the energy out here in Earth world is not in this space, okay? This is why it's so important to work with God, to work with love, to be in your heart. And it's not about me or anybody being better than anybody else. It's about being in a different space of God. Just like a lion. You can say, oh, that lion's a fucking wimp. That lion's a piece of shit. But if that lion comes on, gets all up on your ass, you're gonna be running. You're gonna be afraid because that lion doesn't believe a word that you say. He knows who he is, and he doesn't care. It's not an ego space for him. It's a I am this space. I am this. I love being this. This is who I am, and I am thriving and loving being a lion. And this is what this energy is about. Being who you truly are in your heart, stepping in to your mission in these times and for what you're supposed to do here on the planet, no matter who you are, whether you're part of our community and team or whatever level of God space you are in on your journey. And there's no wrong. It's all about love, and it's no less than. It's just somebody's here, somebody's here, somebody's here. The only time it becomes less than less is when anything becomes a lesser than space of the purest form of love. And there's all different vibrations of that, but that does not mean that someone is better than somebody else if you're in a lesser space of love, or that somebody is not good enough, or somebody is shitty, or that we should feel bad about ourselves. That's not what this is about. This is about guiding you guys and everybody from wisdom, okay, including myself, because universe, angels, God, love, right? They're guiding me to speak of this and talk about this because it is super important, because the world is changing massively. As you know, it is the battle of dark and light, and it is time for everybody to harness or utilize their magic in the healthiest space of love by working with God. So anybody who feels called to this, wants to be in this space, this is who this show is for and about. Because we're going to debunk all the bullshit, because all along the levels of God or universe, we're going to debunk all of it tonight with this show and talking about magic. Because all along in spirituality, everybody says, well, you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't create that for somebody else, and you have no business interfering with their mission and their stuff and all of that shit, and that karma is going to come back to you. And as a general rule, that is absolute truth. But the higher you vibrate and more enlightened you become with love, and the more you are here and ready for your mission, to step into your mission, which is all of us, Christ high and Christ consciousness, and everybody who is in their heart, at whatever level of God you are at, has come here to heal and to basically change everything that's going on here in this planet from love to a better, healthier, higher space of love across the board. This is who we are. We are the superheroes of the universe, and it is time for us to look at and step into our, thank you, Ray, our love energy spaces in us, all right, and our soul's mission, true mission, okay? And it's a process. It's not like, okay, I'm this guy right now. It's a process. It's an evolution. It's of lifetimes. It's of everything that we do, every lifetime we have, of every dimension that we go to in this reality, right? And in other words, from this reality to other realities, to other dimensions, to all that is God, that is love, okay? Everything is love. Everything is the energy of love. And this is what we are, the superheroes of the universe. You don't get this incredible magic, okay? Incredible magic. All right, you do not get that incredible magic if you are not in your heart and you are not of this caliber, right? And all you have to do to be of this caliber is to be in your heart. That's it. And do your stuff and work with God consciously. And you have come in for this mission. So if you are and feel that you are called in and are a superhero of the universe and someone who is here, who knows that you've come in here to change the world from love with your gifts, with your mission, then you're right here where you need to be tonight, because this is the magic that we're all going to be stepping into, and we all are already stepping into for our greatest lives, and no matter what comes and however it comes into the future. So one of the things that we have talked about here and are going to be talking about on the show tonight is this, okay? We've talked a little bit about all of this stuff in the past. We can't not touch on it because it has everything to do with karma. It has everything to do with Saturn. It has everything to do with everything that is God, that is love, and the law of universe. Universal law, both here in Earth world and all that is God, that is love. Because in order for you to do this kind of magic, your soul has to be really fucking pure, and you have signed on for this mission, and you have incredible magic, and this is who you are. So, and it is time at different levels, different people, different souls will be stepping into their spaces of all that is God, that is love, for them to do their mission, to basically do what I would call the battle of dark and light. All right, this is what we're doing, changing the world to love in these times, and this is that. Okay, that said, we're going to elaborate on this tonight, talk about this incredible magic, how it works. All right, it's basically in tune and in alignment with everything that I do and teach here. So you guys already have the essence of the formula. You already have it. But where it becomes a fuckstorm is where people are out of alignment with their heart, or they think they're doing their work, or they don't really do their work, right? Or they're not really talking to God or love, or they think that they are, or, the list goes on. There's all kinds of stuff that can happen here if you're out of alignment. And how it works is this magic won't work if you aren't of the purest that you can be in your heart, because that's how it works. That's how it works. So this is about a super pure heart. But you didn't just, you were, a lot of us, we were all born with a beautiful, super pure heart, right? This is all part of being in that God space. But what we have acquired and different spaces of who we choose to come in that super pure energy of our hearts or not, is what each individual soul journey is. But the more pure the heart, we all have it in us. We can choose to be that. Ask and you shall receive. Anything you want to be, you can be. Just ask God, ask love, and whatever you need to make that happen for you will happen. It can not happen. Okay? All this said, this is where we're going. We're going to talk about the rules and how this works, because there is a big taboo with all of this in spirituality, okay? And what they teach traditionally here in Earthworld. And the darkness employs this to make you think that you don't have any power, because you have no right to do for somebody else and change their destiny or do what you feel is best for their destiny. But what they're missing is there is a super powerful energy of God, and it is your heart, and it is love. But that's what they don't want you to get to. You see, because if you get to that space, then you'll never, ever fucking fold to this darkness. Think of John the Baptist here, okay? John the Baptist fucking would not fold in his God space. Would not fold. Think about that, right? Super powerful energy in his, what would you call that? Steadfastness in his heart. in his heart. Literally, he was imprisoned. Literally, he had his head chopped off. I know in my heart that's right. Because this is the kind of being you got to be in your heart, in your faith, in working with God, and trusting and knowing whatever your destiny is, to have this kind of magic. But it's all in every single one of us. Coolest shit, right? This said, what the darkness wants you to believe is you don't have that kind of power. You don't have any power. You got no business and no right, telling other people what to do or creating things for other people, which is bullshit. Bullshit. But you have to be in the healthiest space of your heart and your God relationship from love to create those incredible things that are this form of magic. Everything from changing outcomes to scary shit. Destinies in the moment, words and thoughts create. I speak it. I feel it in my heart. And it is so. This is the kind of magic. I want something to happen for Rachel. I want something to happen for Jennifer. I want something to happen for Sophia. These are just, let's say, my team, right? I ask God, what is it that you want to happen? What is it that Rachel wants to happen? What God wants to happen, so to speak. What is it that Rachel would like to have happen? What do I feel Rachel wants in her heart? And is this alignment with all that is God, that is love? I feel that it is. I talk to love. It feels right. Then I create that to be so. You see? All right. But a lot of times in the case of this is the people that I work with, I am already super in tune with the galactic center of all that is God, that is love. And this is also how you have this power, because the door is wide open, and those boundaries of actually being in this God space where you create people's karma, right? Or karma, or anything to happen for anybody that they so choose, comes directly guided by source and happens more often than not naturally, where I don't even have to do it. I just go boom, 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 ask God for what I want for Rachel, and it is so, right? And I don't really give a fuck if anyone here believes me or not. You know how I roll, right? But that's the truth. That is the God's honest truth. And now, more than ever, we are in these places where we can step into all of this power, all of it. But we must, like I said, be in our hearts. Because everyone say, oh, you have no business asking for this for Rachel. Yeah, I do. Or asking for this for anybody. Yeah, I do. I do. If this is my soul's mission, if this is who I came in here to be, if my job is with God and through God to bring their karma to them as my soul's mission here on earth from love, it is a Saturnian job, okay? It's about honor, respect, integrity, accountability, doing the right thing from love. In other words, if I'm going to wish for or I'm going to ask for great things and create them for Rachel or anybody else, I'm going to be guided by here, and I'm going to already know in my heart that I'm doing the right thing because I'm super clear in my heart. I'm super connected, right? And everything that I'm doing is coming from the purest space of love in an alignment with love. And in these spaces, when your soul is this pure, what happens is you will know if it's out of alignment because you will feel it. There will be blocks, and then you will know that there's stuff to work on, and what your intent is everything. See, maybe I want something for Rachel because I love Rachel, and I know that that would be cool for Rachel, and this is what Rachel wants from love, and I would put it out there, and if this is what's best for Rachel from love, I would clear my blocks on this, and if this is what I should do, God, so be it from love, and then I would create what I know Rachel wants in her heart from love, and I would clear those blocks, because I'm so in tune with all that is all the magic of God that I already know what Rachel wants. Because I'm super connected, right? This is who all you guys are here. You all have these gifts, but you can't utilize this energy and have it manifest in the most powerful, quickest way unless you are purest of heart. That's the very first thing that's going to be a fail for you. If you are not truly in your heart, let's say I had ulterior motives and I wanted like toxic shit for Rachel, right? And I didn't want good things for Rachel, or I was somehow jealous of Rachel, right? Or wasn't resonating with Rachel, or had some kind of fucking issue with Rachel. And so I'm creating stuff, and that can be on a subconscious level where I'm not really realizing what my true intent is. But you will know by what happens if the karma boomerangs you back, right? And then what happens that you ask God for doesn't happen, then you're out of alignment with love. And that's how, for sure, you know if you didn't know already, or listen to your heart and your true feelings, and like I said, how it feels in your heart. But if I love Rachel and I want her to have the best life, the best dreams, the best happiness, the best of whatever that I know in my heart, and it's alignment with the universe. And Rachel has said to me, doesn't have to say to me these things, but I know that this is what conversations that we have, and I feel in my heart because I'm super, again, connected to God that is love, because I'm working with that energy 24/7, and I'm in my heart as much as possible. This is the energy that I'm talking about. Okay, so then I ask God for these things for Rachel. Because why? Because I love Rachel, and God, if this is what's best for Rachel, so be it, from love, right? Just like Rachel's at an age right now where she's at a natal moon return. Okay, and she's at what's in astrology called a natal moon return. It's where you become an adult and you start adulting, truly. All right, with the way that universal law here works with all that is God and in Earth world. So your first natal moon return happens between 27 and 30. We've talked about that before. Usually what happens is you start to either want to move out, be ready for a family, your own family, have children, have a life, have great things. So if I create that, I know Rachel wants those things. I know that's what I feel in my heart for Rachel. So I can create that for Rachel. Because why? Because this is part of our destiny, our karmic agreements, the agreement that we have. That's part of the reason she's working with us, okay, is to teach her this form of magic, right? And to experience this form of magic and to be in this space with her is part of our karmic agreements. It's all about karmic agreements, all of it. So if Rachel's here with us, this is part of her desire to have these wonderful, amazing things. And I love Rachel in the healthiest, best things, or in the healthiest, best way, right? Then I ask God for those things for Rachel because I love Rachel. I want her to have a family. I want her to be happy because that's what love does. It wants everybody to have everything amazing that they are, right? But if I said, wow, Rachel's 20 years younger than me, and she's going to have kids now, and I didn't have all the kids that I wanted, and, you know, fuck Rachel, or I don't want Rachel to have that because I don't have that, and I'm feeling bad for me, and maybe I'm not in touch with that, would be some of the reasons why, let's say, on a subconscious level, or jealousy from lifetimes, right? That I would not want these things for her. But this energy on a subconscious soul blocks us. And all this magic that I'm talking about is truly done in your subconscious soul, your true heart, who you really are. And you will know when you're out of alignment with it by how it feels. But you understand that if I then ask for toxic things for Rachel, those things will boomerang back to me. Because I'm not coming from the healthiest space of love. If I have any kind of unresolved emotions, feelings, energy that is toxic towards Rachel, because love doesn't work that way. It will not grant you. This is why Hitler didn't have these gifts. This is why all the darkness doesn't have these gifts. This is why all the darkness wants to destroy us, because this kind of magic you can't get when you have no fucking heart. You see? Can't get to this space. Can't, and it's off, and it must be authentic. Because this is who all you guys are. And if you feel like you're not, you ask God that you are. If you feel that you can't, you ask God that you do. That you can. That you are this. In the healthiest, best space from love. Because anything I can do, you can do. So you will know, though, by what manifests the space that you are in, as well as the space that Rachel's in. So if I ask for these wonderful things, that Rachel has kids and a family and the best partner for her and the best man, or if she so desires a man to be her partner, in this reality, if that's what she desires, so be it from love for her. Right? And I ask God for all these wonderful things for Rachel. If Rachel's in her heart, then these things will absolutely happen for Rachel. If Rachel really wants them. This is all the manifestation process, right? Brought to higher and higher and higher levels. But you see how it works from the beginning of ask and you shall receive, how things work in your reality of this whole formula of love energy that we teach, that is universal law. So if Rachel wants these things that I ask for her, these things will be so. And they will happen. Boom, 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 boom. Because Rachel is in her heart and she authentically wants those things. So her energy opens the doorway, and then this energy creates them with all that is God from the moment I put it out there. But Rachel, too, has already put it out there. Do you see? Because when you're in tune with your heart and all that is God, that is love, you already know that everything that you should be doing is what you're doing on a subconscious soul level. And when you're out of alignment, what happens? You don't feel good. You have this issue. You have that issue. That doesn't work. This doesn't work. The emotions don't feel right, right? You know. But if Rachel, let's say, has a past life where she has unresolved stuff, then she will be challenged to have this energy work, this magic that I have done for her and with her, okay, with her soul. And these agreements, she will be challenged to have that to manifest, because maybe she's not being honest with herself. Maybe she thinks she wants kids, but does she really? And if that's the case, then she may not have any kids. Okay, because this is how, again, this works. So she will need to do some energy work on her. Great time to dive into her personal stuff in her soul. Great time to come to the 12th House Recovery Show on Friday nights. Great time to ask God to change these things for you to the healthiest space of love. Release these energies so she can be her wellest her. She can have her greatest dreams. And this is truly how this stuff works. And more often than not, I don't even have to ask, and it is already happening. Like all of a sudden I get a vision and I know what this person wants. It comes in and universe is creating it. Okay? Same thing. Anything out of alignment with my God space that brings crap to my table, I don't even have to ask God to handle it. It is already done. Before I even think, oh my God, this person just fucking stabbed me in the back or tried to not do the right thing by me or was a fucking asshole or some form of toxic and out of alignment with love for me and wailed their shit at me or put their stuff on my table. Universe, God, love is going to take care of it. And more often than not, I see it before I even get to that place where I have the realization that I know that, let's say, somebody betrayed me or somebody tried to do wrong, because angels in love will not let that happen to me. But this is same for you. But this is also why they want to destroy us. You kidding? Imagine that you really have incredible Harry Potter magic way beyond anybody ever thought or dreamed of. And you create your reality from the very second and moment of whatever is going on to creating long-term into the future, to creating personal stuff for you, to creating other things for other people that you know in their heart that they so choose. But there is ways to do it in the healthiest, best way from love, guided from that space and guided by your heart. But the more evolved you become, the more you are in this space and the more you have this magic, right? Everything from rebuilding people's business, right? Turning people's businesses around from a failing business to a business where they're going to lose a lot of money or lose their shirts or lose their livelihood or lose their house, right? Or go to jail or go to prison or have, a murder conviction or a DWI. I mean, all kinds of crazy shit happens in this world. And we have the ability from love to change everything for the souls who choose to be in their heart and do the right thing for themselves first from love and are truly addressing or wanting to address their unwellness, their toxic, the energy that is non-congruent with their dreams, with their heart, with God or love in the purest form. See, when we come from those spaces, we can do anything. This is what people come to me for. Absolutely, 110%. If they can't have a baby, or if they can't have their dreams met, or they can't buy a house, or they can't get a job, or they're having horrible relationships, or their addiction is horrible, or they're psychologically not well, whatever the stuff is that's going on, that is your torment, your demons, your darkness. This is what people come to me for. But this is also the power you have within you to change, create anything and everything for your greatest you, your greatest life. It's all life. It's all about being in your heart and working with this incredible love energy, which is all the power of everything. Everything. So, this is what we're talking about here, guys. This is what we're talking about when I say bringing stuff to my table. This is why, truly, on a subconscious soul level, so many people are afraid of me. They won't talk to me in real life, right? Just like the customers who come up here and they post shit on my page. They're like, fuck that shop and those people in there, and they're fucked up and all this shit that they write, right? But they would never say it to my face, right? Because they're afraid. But really what they're afraid of is not me. It's their own darkness. It's their own darkness in their soul. Because that's how it works, right? I'm not out here to get anybody, because you don't get this kind of power if you are toxic in those spaces. Again, that's why Hitler doesn't have this. This is why Bill Gates doesn't have this power, or any kind of darkness does. They have their own forms of power, but nothing compares to this kind of power. It is the purest power of all. Love. In the highest forms of it, highest consciousness. So, all of this said, again, this is why I'm using these examples to explain to you. Okay, people tell me all the time, they're like, oh, this person's afraid of you and that person is afraid of you. And I know that they're fucking afraid of me, you know, and I kind of, my soul is a bear. It gets a kick out of that shit sometimes. It thinks it's funny because really it's not necessary, right? My sister comes in here all the time. She goes, I'm not afraid of you, Lynn. I'm not afraid of you, Lynn. Yeah, I'm not afraid of you. And she'll pick a fight with me. But there's no reason to be afraid of me, because that's not what love does. Darkness does that. Fear does that, not love, right? You know, and I get a kick out of it because of the whole dynamics of really how everything works with the love. You know, my soul, again, is a bear, and it has its own energy, its own personality, just like every one of you. We are super magic, but we are super individual portals of the energy of all that is God, that is love, that is unique to ourselves. That is just incredible and magical in its own right, separate and of itself, and with all the magic that is all that is God, that is love. This is who you guys and we all are. Super incredible. So here's the deal. You can create stuff for people and magic, but you must be in tune with your heart and with God and universal galactic center, meaning all that is love, to be in these spaces to do this work. You have to be in alignment with love. Okay? If you are not, and you are not authentic in those spaces, your prayers or your magic will not manifest in the way that you think. And it can manifest multiple ways, infinitely. Okay? But this is truly how this stuff works. Okay? So this is what one of our big segments was and is about tonight. Okay? And like I said, if people don't come to my table, there will be no, and bringing unwellness to me and my God space, there will be nothing in me that would attack them for no reason in any way, shape, or form. Because again, that's not what love does. In fact, Capricorn, in its love energy space, the planet Saturn, gives you infinite amounts of time. It is father time to do the right fucking thing from love. Think about that. It gives you infinite time. You have lifetimes to grow, lifetimes to heal, lifetimes to step into this kind of magic, right? But nothing comes for free, no matter what kind of bullshit they tell you in this world, right? Nothing is for free. And if something is free, That's not the God's honest truth. Nothing is free. Okay, like they say, oh, I got this for free. There's always some kind of price to pay. It may be that its quality is not worth anything for free or worth anything that you'd want, right? So, or, infinite ways beyond that when we're talking about free and the energy in reference to that. All right. So we're going to move forward, though, for this segment into where we're going to talk about, bringing love to the table, right? How I'm saying if you're karmically in the right space in your heart, you won't have a problem with me no matter who you are, and we will all be in the same alignment with universe, universal law, the galactic center, and each other, because you're not going to want any kind of bad for me. I'm not going to want any kind of bad for you, any kind of shitty for you, any kind of toxic for you, because I'm going to be in my heart, and that's not what my heart is in the space that it's in, or what is in alignment with this energy, because that's how it works again. Okay. All right. So this said, if you're coming from love, all these great things are coming for you. Okay. And you have all the power here, all the power. And I'm going to come back to this now. We're going to talk more about this probably later. I'm just going to ask God what other things that I need to discuss in reference to this. I'm going to have a sip of my tea too. What else do we need to talk about in reference to this, God, so that everybody understands in the healthiest, best way how this works now, please? And thank you, God, for that for us. See, just like that. Ask and you shall receive. You can ask internally. You can ask in words. You can ask through visions. You can ask in your heart. You feel it. You know it. Okay. Okay. If there is more stuff that is going to come in with this, bring it to us now, please, God, and we're going to move on with the show. But this is really important so that everybody knows. Also, you can use this energy for anything in the moment in your life. Okay. So like if you're having a challenge speaking to somebody, everything from asking love to speak through you, asking love to handle it, you change everything. Whether it's bill collectors or I don't have enough money for this, you create whatever you want for you, as well as you can create wonderful blessings for other people if they're in their hearts. Okay. This energy goes to everybody for good things for everybody when you're in your hearts. Okay. All right. This said, we're going to move on to the next segments in our show where we're going to talk about some other wild stuff. We're going to say hi to everybody. I'm going to ask Rachel, Jen, and Sophia to say hi to everybody here. And then also, thank you, God, for what else we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about some segments and shit going on in social media and this incredible darkness in these times with animal cruelty and people and their lack of empathy, lack of compassion. It's absolutely horrific, the shit that we're seeing out there and how people are reacting and what they're posting. Some incredible darkness. So we're going to talk about that and the unwellnesses in reference to that tonight too. We're going to bring up some videos if we can get the time to do that, and we're going to talk about that as well tonight. It's super important so you can see what's really going on in the world and this incredible toxic energy, and you can also learn about compassion and animals and respect and honor and for life. It doesn't matter if you are a tiger, a lion, a deer, a person. It's about respect. It's about coming from love. It's about honoring that life, right? Yeah. Okay, and there's a lot of people and a lot of energy out there that has a lot of work to do on their souls with this. And of course, there's the darkness out there that's employing shit like this, like they say, bots and drones and people who literally, demons that are signing up and, with darkness or being part of darkness to propel this dark agenda. Okay, you will see this and you will know by just watching the YouTubes, the horrific things that they photograph and view that have come across my feed. But it's not so much sometimes the things that are horrific in the videos, like natural, like the natural selection of nature. Yeah, it's rough, but sometimes the comments that are made, or the stuff that goes on there is so out of alignment with the love that with the people and their commentaries of the energy that they throw at this stuff, and they're so removed from any compassion and being in their hearts. Pretty rough stuff. Again, pretty rough times. Okay, this said, Rachel, who's here tonight? I'm with my team tonight. Who's here?
We have Andrew, Kathy, and Teresa.
Hey guys, thanks for coming.
And we got Nikki, Mark, and Nicole Davina.
Okay, hey.
And we got Andy Moore, too.
Okay, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you. All right. Rachel, do we have any questions too? We're going to move into questions. People have any questions for this week or from last week? Also, we will probably come back to our subject, or it will be all throughout the show with the work that we do and the questions that are asked for the understanding of this incredible magic. And if you have any questions with this incredible magic, or you want to know anything more about it, please, by all means, contact us. This is also what I do in apprenticeships too, where people come to me and they want to learn all about love energy and how it works, universal law of God or love in the purest form, not the dark stuff they teach out here. All right, okay, so here we go. We're moving on. All right, who do we got questions from, Ray?
We have an anonymous question.
Okay, shoot.
So they're asking, can there be a balance energetically in friendships and relationships when communication is mostly single-sided? For example, if my friend texts or calls me most of the time because that isn't really my thing, I prefer to be contacted. Can a relationship work out like that?
When you say, so this person is asking about one-sided relationships, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, one-sided relationship. Okay, so anytime you have a relationship that is out of balance energetically, there's a fucking problem. This happens all the time in marriages, as we've talked about many, many times before. If one partner is giving more than the other in whatever relationship you're in, it at some point becomes toxic or unwell, depending on the space that the people are in. Some people sign on for it and they endure that through their whole entire lives. That becomes part of their soul's mission. But the truth is, that is out of balance with love, okay? And you're not going to have your best, healthiest relationship in that relationship because you can't. It's not possible, okay? Everything is about energy and positive, healthy energy exchange. And when energy is less than love in the purest form, it is in some way, shape, or form, it is out of alignment and it becomes toxic at some point. Again, it is up to the soul with free will how much of that energy is toxic and how much you want to deal with, how much you want to endure, how much do you want to do. If you make these crazy rules where you say, when I go out with my friends, I only go out with my friends if they call and invite me, or I don't go out with anybody. Well, that's like stupid. It really is. It's like you're setting yourself up for failure. If I say, I'm only going out with Rachel and Jennifer, if Rachel and Jennifer call me up and ask me, or I'm not going because these are my rules. And if they don't do that, then they're not really my friends. And this is what I need. No, that's bullshit. That's all bullshit. It's your bullshit. Whatever bullshit that is. This is why I say that's fucked up. Because it is fucked up, meaning it's out of alignment with love. If you really care about somebody, you don't have those kinds of things in those spaces, right? If I want to go out to lunch with Rachel or Jennifer, I'm going to be in my heart and I'm going to say, hey, Ray, you want to go out to lunch? And I know that Ray or Jennifer, same thing, is going to call me up at different times. Now, if, let's say, I find that I'm always calling Rachel or I'm always calling Jennifer and they're never calling me, and I'm starting to feel like some kind of way about it, then energetically, there's a deficit about it, okay? There's a deficit within it. In other words, they're not giving from the same healthiest space of love. Maybe they're aggravated with me. Maybe they're upset with me. Maybe something happened in their life that I don't know about that's causing this. Maybe they're trying to be not nice to me, or maybe they don't like me anymore, whatever their shit is, or maybe Right? This is just one of those things where they're toxic and the energy is out of alignment. So what do? Right? You address it. You say, hey, I want to go out with lunch for you. But if you have a problem with somebody, the best thing that you can do is you pray, clear, heal, and change it within yourself and ask love to change it and ask God for the best way to be in place of that from love. Just like we do here on the show. So you will have the best solution. Ask love to speak through you. Ask love to know what the truth is. Ask love, and I wouldn't even have to ask Jennifer. If Jennifer's ignoring me and I constantly call her and I feel like it's a one-sided relationship, I don't even have to ask Jennifer. I don't. I just have to ask God. Okay, God, something's up with Jennifer. We usually have this lovely, beautiful relationship where we all call each other, and it doesn't even bother me. And we just go with the flow because that's what love does. And we both understand that we love each other in a healthy space. And it doesn't have to be where she has to do this for me or I have to do this for her. Because again, that's not what love does. Love does from love because it's in its heart and it just wants to. No bullshit strings like this attached. And this is the very stuff I'm talking about with that powerful magic that we talked about in the beginning of the show. It's the very same thing. Love does authentically from love. No fucking strings attached. Just like if I want to give you a gift, I give you a gift from love. Same kind of thing. I don't expect anything in return. If you do give me something, great. And if it comes from love, even better. Because that's the only thing that I would want in return. Something that was authentic from the heart. Isn't that what you would all want and all want in your relationships as well? If you are a true hearts person, a true God person, a true being in your heart, higher consciousness energy, this is who you are. But it doesn't mean that you don't have stuff to work out. And sometimes there's going to be things where Jennifer doesn't call me. But I don't want to assume that I know what's going on. I'll ask God. And then you know what will happen? I won't even have to have the conversation about why Jennifer isn't calling me. Jennifer will all of a sudden call me on the phone. She'll be like, I'm sorry, Lynn. I know you've been calling me for lunch all the time. I'm sorry I haven't been able to call you. I've been having a really hard time at home or at work. And I apologize. And wow. Do you see? I didn't even have to ask Jennifer that because when I work with God or love and I'm in my heart and I want to know the truth, that's what's going on. I don't have to be confrontational. I just ask love, hey, I'm feeling some kind of way about this, God. Clear this energy out of me. Because why would then I need to be so needy as well? Where I have to have somebody do things in exactly the way that I need them done. Because what? Because I'm the boss of you? Because I'm the boss of them? I'm the boss of this? That's all ego fucking space, power, out of alignment with love, power, space. Do you see? Yeah, you have to do it this way. It has to be done that way. This is how I need to be loved. No. This includes friendships, personal relationships, everything. The right thing from love comes from love and does the right thing. No strings attached, just like gift giving. Give me a gift because you want to, not because I owe you, not because you want something back, not because you want to remind me 10,000 times you gave me that beautiful gift and it cost you $500 and you did that for me. You got a problem when you're doing that shit. It's time to clear that out, right? Because that's all shit that's out of alignment with love. So, did you need me, Rachel?
No.
Okay, I didn't know if there was another question within this. Okay, so when we have friendships and they're out of balance, you feel some kind of way. That's a Nikki Opper turn. I learned that from Nikki Opper. She always says, I feel some kind of way about it, Lynn. And I'm like, okay, when you feel some kind of way, it's not the right way, meaning the best place of love. It is out of alignment. So when Nikki says to me, I'm feeling some kind of way, I know that it's out of alignment. And the same thing is true for all of us. All of us. You know when people are doing the right thing and are not. Just like if you go out to lunch with people and you're always paying and they're never paying. Why is that? Maybe you have a karmic agreement and you may be totally okay with that because you came in here to take care of them and you're cool with that. But you better be straight up and honest with you, because if you're not and you're doing that all the time for somebody else, you will at some point feel some kind of way. because it's out of alignment with your heart. But if it's a karmic agreement that you both agreed upon, none of that matters, because this is the agreement between you. Just like partnerships, when people stay together for 75 years or 50 years, they're married and they stay together and they love each other and through thick and thin, and that's the choices and the karmic agreement that they agreed upon in this lifetime, to endure all of this, to go through all of this together, to learn about these kinds of relationships and how this stuff works. So you may be more conducive to those unwell spaces because you have decided that your soul on a subconscious level has wanted to experience these things, and this is part of your soul's journey. But at any time, if you feel out of alignment or some kind of way, then it's time for you to change that, to look at that, to heal that, to address this with God or love. This is in any relationship that you have. So the truth is, you can have these relationships. Whose question was this, Rachel?
Anonymous.
Oh, that's right. Anonymous, you can have these kinds of relationships. You can. Okay? You can have all different kinds of relationships. Ultimately, it is up to your soul, and if your needs are getting met from a healthy space of love. I have this one friend who is a guy, and it has to be that I have to call him, or he has to ask me, and it has to be this way, and he thinks it has to be like this, and it can't be like that, and oh no, you can't do this. And I'm like, fuck me. Why would I want to go out with you? Why would I want to be with you? The truth is, I wouldn't. Why can't you just be like, hey, I'd like to do this. Let's go. I want to do this. I want to be this. Not, you have to do this to go out with me, and you have to do this, and you have to be this, and you have to have this, and oh, fuck no. Fuck no. That'll turn anybody off. Anybody. Right? Because it's such a controlling thing. You have to do this. You have to be this. And all this crap that we have in our own unwellness of our needy spaces in our souls. Because really, when we're in a healthy space of us, we love others in that same kind of space. And it reflects in our relationships that we have. And then there's no strings attached. Everything is free will at these higher consciousnesses. So I know that she wants to go out with me. I know that he wants to go out with me. We go out. We have a great time. And if anything gets strange or out of alignment or something comes up, I'm going to ask love, okay, what's going on here? What's going on here, God? Clear this out of me. Let me know that God's honest truth. What is out of alignment? Why I'm feeling this way? Because this is how it works. So the truth is, you can have all kinds of energy that is not a positive, healthy energy exchange. It happens all the time and every day. The issue becomes where it becomes toxic for you. When you love yourself and are truly in your heart in the healthiest, best way, it will be seriously toxic, any kind of one-sided relationship for the most part. There are exceptions to every rule. But those rules usually, they all come really with karma. Okay, so this is my destiny. This is what I've agreed with this person, with that person, with her, with him. So if it's out of alignment and I'm feeling some kind of way, I'm out of alignment with my heart space for me. Do you see? And it's because of whatever is happening out here. So this is really how these things work. Happens all the time in Earth World, because that's really our destiny, to get us to heal us. We feel some kind of a way when somebody's not treating us right. When somebody's not treating us right or in the healthiest, best way, or we have these ideas about what we, think should be happening or not. We got all these ideas that are out of alignment with love. And when those needs don't get met, we get all jacked up with it. Those are the things that we got to work on energetically in our souls. And your subconscious soul runs the show. You are super genius, super powerful. So the answer is, it can go on like this, but it does not behoove you. At some point, like all of us, we come to a crossroads of either great suffering or I've had enough. It could be one and the same, or other events that happen in your reality that are just too toxic within your relationship, that become that way because your relationship was out of alignment with love to begin with. Okay? I think that answers the question, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So thanks, Anonymous, for your question. All right. Anybody else? Bring your questions. Okay. So what else we got, guys?
Andrew Karate, he wanted to say thank you, Lynn, for helping him get rid of his darkness. He said that last week he got rid of a big chunk of darkness, and he would not have been able to do it without your help.
Cool. And that's what a lot of you may be realizing, especially you regulars, the incredible energy we're doing here. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. I'm super grateful, and thanks for sharing that, because the energy work that we do is top of the line. It is the best of the best of the best. It is master energy work of the highest formula of love. And all of us can do this. This is the formula that we teach. But the more you come to our show, the more you will heal you, the more incredible wisdom you will have, the more you'll be able to do these things like Andrew just said, and release these kinds of energies and be your best you. You will put to bed any kind of sickness, unwellness, challenges in your life, as well as psychological stuff, addictions, all of that. It can't not happen. The formula of God is that everything is energy, and if it's out of alignment with love in you, you have to. It behooves you to bail on it, release it, be free of it, and put the best way to be for you from love, in the highest form of love. Right? You do this, you can't not do anything, and you change everything. So every week, if you can, do come to our shows, because, where can you get this kind of wonderful energy work, this healing energy work? You can't get this anywhere else, right? And you can't get it in the way that we do it. How many people are out there giving this to you basically for free? Right? But remember, nothing is for free, right? So make sure in alignment with God or love, okay? But I'm not bringing you there to get in any kind of toxic space. I'm just reminding you that this is how these things work. Everything is energy, everything is love, and you get incredible energy work here. So don't not come, because then you'll be missing out. But you can also ask love for the work that we do on the show as well. Okay, but it's not exactly done in the same way, because you must be accountable, all right, for the things that you ask God for. In other words, you can't skate. You can't skate, because Capricorn Saturn won't allow you. Neither will the law of love energy. Love energy doesn't come for you. You bring it upon yourself by the choices that you make, being out of alignment with love in any way, shape, or form. You see, that's how karma comes back to you. That's how shitty things happen. People say, oh God, why would God do this to me? God didn't fucking do this to you. You just don't understand how it works. If you did, you wouldn't have made those shitty choices that you made that created this to happen. Yeah, because that's how it works. Because you'd be like, oh no, I ain't going down that road. I see incredible suffering if I sleep with the neighbor's husband, or some kind of weirdo shit like that, or some kind of toxic like stealing, or whatever. And when I say stealing, again, just to give you like some earth world examples of shit that most of the time we all know that is wrong and out of alignment. But we're coming to a really big crossroads in this world of what's right is right and what's not is not, meaning what's out of alignment with love. And that's when we talk about laws, licenses, taxes, all the fucking things they're raping the people with in these times. So this is coming, people, meaning all of these things are going to come to an end. Has to, because you can only, get so much water from a rock. You basically can't. Do you see what I'm saying? You can't. You know what I mean? So this is what we're talking about. This is exactly what we're talking about. Toxic energy, removing this energy, and being in the best place of love. And what's wild about this, the more people we get to come to the show, the more we heal ourselves, because I can say, oh, we do incredible energy work here and we're healing you. But the truth is, you're healing you, because if you're not in your heart, this work cannot be done. If you don't truly want this work to happen, it will not happen. It still goes to that space, and it sits in your energy for lifetimes to come, and you can reach up and grab that energy at any time you want. Usually that happens when you get in a really shitty suffering space and you've had enough pain. Yeah. Why bring it to that point though, right? Who likes to suffer? Not me. So I'm telling you about this energy work, not just for the reasons that you can heal you. It's not about the power space really that I'm in. It is about changing the world on a high-end God level. You see, the more you come here and the more you want to heal you, the more we raise the vibration of you guys and ourselves, the more we change the vibration of the world. We get hundreds of people to come on here. We change everything, and then darkness cannot vibrate in this reality. Holy shit, right? Pretty cool stuff. So the more we do this, whether you do it here or you do it anywhere, but it's wherever you want to do it. Okay? But the whole key is to be authentic in your heart space and do this for you, because you want to be well, because you want to be the best person you can be from love, because you want to be in your heart, you want to have incredible things, you want to have great things in your life for the people you love, because this is how you get to those spaces. There is no other way. Right? You can take a look at some people, which is pretty wild, who talk about how they sold, in Hollywood and shit. There's some videos, and other spaces that you may see that'll be circulating on the internet, where people talk about how they've sold their souls to the devil, and they have a beautiful house and a beautiful home, and they tell you, but I can't feel. I can't really feel anything. Because that heart space is gone for them. That love energy space is no longer there. When you give your heart, right, to darkness, you lose everything that is all the magic that you are. Almost all of it. Creepy shit, right? And they'll tell you, they literally get on the internet and they go, I sold my soul to the devil and I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I haven't been happy since I did that. True authentic happiness comes in everything, and it also it resonates. It is born of the heart, and you can't get there anywhere else. Everything else is fear, unwellness, greed, all kinds of toxic. But true authentic power of love, all right, and happiness is being in your heart. In your heart. Can't give your soul to the devil if you're going to be happy. Truth be told. Truth be told. All right. So all this said, thank you, Andrew. I want to share this wisdom with everybody. So by us doing the show, this is all part of how we do our part to change with the energy work that we do, with the teachings that we teach here and everything that we do. It isn't about a toxic ego space. I don't give a shit if anyone thinks that it is. And if it is, so what do I say? Clear this out of me, God. Clear this out of all of us. Let us be free of that and be in the healthiest, best space of love always in our hearts and with our egos and everything that we are, in the healthiest, best space of love. Free us from anything in us that is not. All right, so this is how you do it, people. So for any of you who think that that's what Lynn is doing or she's in a shitty space, no. This is what I do 24/7. Okay, thanks God for me being free of all this energy. Thanks God for me being in the healthiest, best place of love in place of this. Purely, truly, authentically. In my heart. Clear any and all blocks in me that stop that from happening, anything emotional or any energy in me that stops all these prayers from being answered. Let me be happy no matter what happens. And clear all energies and release all energies that stop my prayers from being answered, and let me be happy no matter what happens. And thank you, God, for that for me. And it is so. That's how you do it. So if you're worried about you being out of alignment with love, you change everything just by doing a simple prayer like that. So if I'm concerned, or I think you people are concerned, or somebody's concerned that I'm not doing the right thing, I'm doing this. So if I'm doing this, and I'm teaching this, and always working on me, that's the key for your greatest you. And again, it's not an ego space, it's a God space. It's where all the power is, because ego spaces don't have this kind of power. Yeah. Okay, what's the next question?
Well, Kathy's got, Kathy said that she has some great news. She says
Kathy
that you
Warmack?
know it. Yeah.
All
She
right.
says that you know it, and she's hoping that you would share with everybody. She said she told you last week. I have a feeling it's about her health.
Yes, Kathy. It is about Kathy's health, and I don't know how much or what you really want me to share here on the show. I will just tell you that Kathy had some tests last week, and they all came out fantastic. And I believe that we told you that would happen. But it only happened not because we told you, right? It happened because of your heart and your gifts, Kathy. So we're super happy for you and glad for your great health and these many blessings that you have with your health with all this. And so Kathy wants me to share this. This is what I'm going to share without getting too into it with all the health stuff. And congratulations, Kathy, and I'm really happy for you. All good things, all good things. Okay, thanks, Kathy, for sharing, too, with everybody. Okay. All right, who's next, Ray? Jennifer?
Anonymous. I'm just kidding.
Jennifer Anonymous. Okay, go ahead, Jennifer. What you got?
Well, when I walk Tucky, I don't think he always did this thing, but he gets all wild at people, at other dogs, everything, and then he pulls and pulls and pulls, and then he makes himself like And then even after it's over and done with, he's walking down the street breathing heavy like that. Like, and I don't like it. And I think I'm suffering from PTSD as a result of it. Like, I see people
Like
coming at us. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, Tucker.
One of the things that we can do is get him a little harness.
Oh, that's a good
In other words, like a harness for him, but it has to fit him. You know, a lot of times dogs are Houdinis, especially our dogs, right? They're magic, right? Okay, so Tucker is like a 30-pound mix. You've probably seen him on our site, you know, on the internet with us. Yeah, he's very cute. He's a Pomeranian Chihuahua mix, and he's like the spiciest little boy. He's a bad boy, so Jennifer's talking about him choking himself with the collar because he just can't even help it, and he gets all wild.
Yeah.
He's got the Napoleonic complex.
Yeah, and
I'm the big man, and I'm going for it, and I'm going at it, and then he thinks he's Marlowe. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's Tucker Marlowe, right? And who's Marlowe? Marlowe is another friend of our dogs, and he's a Belgian Malinois, a powerful, beautiful, big, amazing dog. But Tucky thinks he's Marlowe. There's no doubt, right? So what's coming in instantly when you said this is we should get him a vest kind of thing. Yeah, not like an entire medical vest, but a harness kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, because then he won't be so much doing that with his throat and all.
Okay.
And that will hold him back differently from his shoulders and his torso. Do you see?
Why is he doing this? I mean, he lives with other dogs. Like, it's not like he's a one dog only family. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. There's a lot of different reasons dogs do this. In Tucker's case, what's the God's honest truth? A lot of this is fear. This is just like his reactory thing to fear, right? Tucker acts like a Marlowe, but when push comes to shove, remember when we talked about one of my ex-boyfriends, Tom? Remember him?
Yeah.
Right? And we talked about how somebody we know has a boyfriend, right, that starts fights with people like Tom used to when I was younger, right? And that boyfriend that she has doesn't have the balls to stand up like, let's say, Tom has, right? Or Tom had. Tom would bring it way over the edge. So what Tucker is doing is it's some form of my friend's boyfriend, where I'm the man, but when it comes right down to it, I don't got the Marlowe to really back that up. In other words, now that Samson's not there, he still feels it's his job to be the man. And some of this is all natural dog behavior. I'm the man, I'm the big protector now, because Tucky has been with lots of dogs in our pack over the years, as many have passed on and crossed over, and it's been, part of life, right? Yeah. So now Tucky is in the alpha male position. So he's feeling that out. But he's also feeling like he's a bigger boy than he is, and that he has more clout than he does. But, he really doesn't have Samson behind him, or that Samson energy. Or that Tom energy that would fuck you up kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. He doesn't have that energy. So what he does is he goes running out there and he's the man. But if you notice this, if the dog comes running over, what does he do? He runs away. He runs away because he knows. You know what I mean? He knows what's going on. So, that's what's going on with him. He's just kind of being a Tucky, and that's why he does that. He's also exercising his alpha energy. He's also not trained professionally, you know what I mean? Is what it is, right? But this is all part of that, And you can also take him back on the retracted leash as well, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of different ways to deal with that, but right off the bat, what comes up is that vest. Like, even if he got off the leash, what does he do? And that's what most dogs do, because they all know code of ethics of dog language. They'll run up, they'll run around, but they won't really attack you. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially when they get off leash like that, or in a situation where they could get hurt, because no animal wants to go in those spaces where they could possibly be really injured or die or get hurt. You know what I mean? So they'll run up and they'll be the man, but if another dog stands up to them, then they're like, whoa. You know what I mean? So it doesn't necessarily mean that he has to attack another dog. You know what I mean? It's about being and understanding how dog energy works, and, all the benefits of, let's say, training your dog, or different tools here that we can utilize, Yeah. So that's what comes in and to help you understand that. you know. And also remember, like Cesar Millan teaches, you know, they are super in tune with your feelings. If you're afraid when those other dogs come, they feed off of that energy. Do you see what I'm saying? So it would behoove you and us to remove those patterns in us. If you go out and you're freaking out about other dogs being there, you see what I'm saying?
Oh, I do now. I certainly fucking do.
Yeah. So that fear creates this to be even worse, you know? And then things like the leash would break, or the dog would come after you, or the dog would attack you. And these things will keep being recreated through that fear of, what if something bad happens? Tucker's acting like this. I wish he would stop. And you send it out there, but if you pray on it beforehand, we clear all these energy blocks in you. Thank you, God, for that for us. Let us have the best way to be in place of this, and the best tools and everything we need from love. Clear all this energy out. Clear our blocks that stop this from happening, and all emotional energy that's all associated in is all this. And let us be happy no matter what happens, from love in the purest form, in this reality, any reality, and the best of everything in place of all this, and with all this. And thank you, God, for that for us. From love in the purest form. And thank you, God, for that for us. Do you see? Yeah. Okay, so where are we now?
I have a question.
Oh, Rachel's got a question too. What time are we at, though, too?
8:25.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, what's your question? Rachel's question's up. Nobody else out here has any? Okay.
Not right now, anyways.
All right.
My Grammy's been coming in a lot lately, and I'd like to ask what's going on with Grammy.
Okay. I know that you already know what's going on with Grammy. I'd like to tell you that things are different with Grammy. When Grammys and relatives show up in our lives and haven't been around for a while, that means energies in our lives are possibly, one of the things that means is that either you're having a hard time and they come to see you and help you and assist you. A lot of times they'll come in dreams, they'll come in visions, or somebody else in your life is, or something else is going on in reference to that. Okay, so when we get visions of relatives who have crossed over, like your grandmother, either somebody else is having a hard time, let's say, maybe somebody's pregnant and they're having challenges with their pregnancy. Maybe something toxic is a propensity to come in some challenging times. They will come around to comfort us, to be with us, to reassure us, to let us know, as well as also she's coming in for Remy. Okay, I think you know that. It's all part of that. And it's wonderful that we have these gifts and that the people we love never go away. Those energies of their souls are around us all the time. And she presents herself to you as Grammy because this is who you knew her in this lifetime. But it is that same soul, you see. And so she is around you, to be with you with what's going on. Sometimes they'll also escort, you know what I mean? Our pets are people that we love through difficult times as well as crossing over. Do you see what I'm saying? Crossing dimensions. So there's multiple reasons. Or if you're going through a personal hard time, and I'm sorry, but I know that you know that. That's why you're crying, because, you wouldn't be crying if you weren't picking up on it. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's okay. And it is okay. It doesn't mean we don't have our people feelings. Yeah. So that's why Grammy's been here, and now you have validation of that. But again, just like Remy, just like anybody else who might have a propensity to cross over or be thinking about it. A lot of times they'll be just thinking about it. And like I'll see my dad, and my dad will be around because my mom will be thinking about crossing over, but it won't actually happen. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? It's those energies where the soul is working through some stuff, and so this energy comes in to help them and assist them with wherever they choose to go. Do you see? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, can I ask you a
yeah.
question with Remy?
Yeah.
A couple times that I've seen her, she's been wearing my jean jacket, and I'm wondering why.
Your grandmother has been wearing your jean jacket, and in the visions that you have, and you're wondering why, and she's with Remy at those times?
No, she's just been by herself, and she scared the shit out of me a couple times because it was like she was just a person when I was home alone or something like that, and I turned around, there she was in my jean jacket, Yeah.
Did she say anything?
Not that I remember.
Did you talk to her? Did you try to talk to her?
I think I'm just like, holy shit, Grammy.
Okay. All right, so you got freaked out.
Yeah.
But you have incredible gifts, Rachel. You can ask her to speak to you if you can get out of that freaked out space. Yeah. And so thanks God for that for us from love. This is what's best for us from love, right? Okay, your grandmother is wearing your jean jacket for multiple reasons, okay? Your grandmother and you have very much, so much of the same energy. This is also why your family treats you the way they treated your grandmother. They're kind of shitty to you. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. On and off throughout your life. This has been the story, the deal, because you have that beautiful energy that your grandma has that they do not have. This is why people do mean and wicked and nasty things, because it is their deficit, not yours, right? And even though you love your family and the hearts that they have, and we've talked about this, right? What is happening here is your grandmother is wearing that jean jacket because she's identifying with who?
Me.
Yeah, with the energy of you. Right? And so it's for multiple reasons. She's letting you know that she's there for Remy. Remy knows that you're not there, but she's there. Do you understand? And Remy knows that, not that she is you, but she is. Do you understand that? Yeah. So that's comforting. That's all part of this. So she's basically being there for you when you can't be there for Remy. Do you see? And that's the jean jacket. She's wearing your jean jacket. So this is multiple messages. She's telling you that. She's telling Remy that. But Remy knows because he recognizes that energy. That beautiful energy that is Rachel. That beautiful is the same beautiful energy that's your grandma. I always loved your grandma. Yeah. From the moment I met her. Yeah. I like her better than anyone else in your fucking family. I did, you know, especially now that everybody's shotted, right? You know, it's like, whoa, who are these people now? Well, and that's the hardest thing.
Yeah, Remy loved my Grammy.
Yeah,
loved
yeah.
her.
See, she loved your Grammy. Yeah, he loved your Grammy rather. Yeah, and she loves him, and she loves him. So that's all bits and pieces and parts of the things that happen metaphysically. Do you see what I'm saying? And in reference to you with all of this, that's what's going on.
Thank you.
Okay, you're super welcome. You're super welcome. Anything else with that?
No, thank you.
Okay. All right. Any other questions from our people out here or comments anybody has or anything? And is Kathy Warmick happy with her comment? With her segment?
Yeah, she's very happy.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it.
I don't think we have any other questions right now. Unless Sophie, do you have a question?
Sophia does. Sophia?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Sophia has a question. Go ahead, Soph.
Well, I was thinking about Rachel's question, and I feel like I've been seeing so many different things, like, as of late. Like, I feel like so many, like, ghosts and stuff like that, and I feel like all these, like, more, like, past life images, like, all the time. But I was kind of wondering why that is.
It's funny because it's in the astrology. Remember when it said you're going to be opening up your metaphysical gifts more with Neptune? Yeah, and you have a Neptune moon in your subconscious chart. So I feel that has everything to do with that. And you're Cancerian. You are a master at being a medium. Do you see? You're a master at multidimensional, like Rachel. You can't not have really great, powerful Cancerian energies in you and not be that. You know, and what you are is what you attract. So it's in the family lineage, right? And so you're going to see a lot more. But like Rachel, and like all of us, it's a gift that, you know, you can or cannot hone, right? And you can be afraid of it, but you can always do what I do and ask God, work with love at any given time, all the time, or as much as possible. You will understand things better than you ever would any other time, right? Any other time. It is the greatest gift because you have the power to ask love anything. And really, that's like a reflection of what the internet is here. But now they've made the internet corrupt, like the news and everything else. There's truths in everything. But where you're going to get the God's honest truth is right from what? The source, right? Yeah, the source. God, love. Okay, so you are going to go right there to get that energy, all right, and get the answers to everything you need to clear your blocks, to heal this, to change this, to understand all these things. Ask, and you shall receive. Do you see? Yeah. Make sense? So this is all the energy that's coming in with this. Anybody who's affected by this powerful Neptunian energy, all the energy that is of God, as well as has really great placements This has to, again, to do with past lives, has really great and powerful placements of Cancer, Cancerian, well, where your moon is. All of these things and what is affecting you in the transits have everything to do with all of this, okay? Yeah, but this is why. So when we go through phases, like you say, well, I'm suddenly noticing that I'm seeing a lot more angels, or I'm seeing a lot more demons, or I'm seeing a lot more souls, or I'm seeing things that I never saw before, or orbs, or energy. Then you have to say to yourself, what's going on with my soul and the energy of God that will show up in the astrology? What's going on in the astrology, which is the formula of the energy of God that you can read and pinpoint exactly what is going on, right? Just like if I feel like tomorrow I wake up and I'm like, all of a sudden I feel like I want to have a lover, the first thing I'm going to do is look and see what's going on with my Venus. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say, what is going on with me? All of a sudden, I feel like I want to go on a prowl and find a man. Then I'm going to say, okay, what's going on here, God? Because that energy will be somewhere in my soul activated through the astrology and the energy of God, if that's what's going on. Same thing is true here. Any of our patterns and things that we all of a suddenly get up and do one day have everything to do with that. You see what I'm saying? But it's all stuff that we agreed to before we came in our destinies. Think of it as your soul is this big giant tree, and it has a million infinite branches of the directions that it can go in that are all in alignment with free will of the destiny that you choose, because God is infinite, and that's how it works. So you can go to those spaces anytime. Do you see what I'm saying? And when the energy of God gets activated, it activates like certain things on that tree. You know what I mean? Like this leaf grows here, or that happens over here. Or all of a sudden you wake up, just like the natal moon return happens for everybody, and suddenly they want a family. Suddenly they want to move out. Suddenly they want to be independent. Suddenly they have a baby. Do you see what I'm saying? Suddenly they have a new boyfriend, a new partner, and whatever. Do you see? And that's all has everything to do with the energy of God and the agreements of your soul with that energy. That's you. You see? So that's what's happening with this as well. You good with that? Okay. Any questions in reference to that anymore? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So how much time do we got, guys? Is there any more questions out here?
No more questions right now, and it's 8:36.
Okay, 8:36, guys. We're going to try to just get in this last video here, because I really just wanted to share with people the commentary of the stuff. One of the things that we've noticed is the horrific things that are happening with people's toxic unwellnesses. One of the things that I saw is, I want to say at least a few dog videos where people let their dogs like attack a swan or attack a bird, right? And, in let's say a park or somewhere along those lines. And then their commentaries are that they think it's funny and they get a kick out of it, or the bird gets injured or the bird dies. And you're like, it's not cool at all. It's not coming from love. Do you see? I mean, there are certain things that in your heart are out of alignment with love, and this is that kind of stuff. And then what do? They put it on the video. And the question becomes, I look at that video, I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you ever do that? The reason you would do that is because you're fucked up. You're out of alignment with love in you. Right? So go look on the internet, on the YouTube, on the Instagram, and you will check out some of these videos. I mean, it's unbelievable, the stuff people's posting, and it isn't that hard. So there's some kind of wave in the energy that's going on that's teaching us about life and animals and cruelty and what is out of alignment. And you'll see the commentaries on the people. I mean, everything from extensively people making fun of this and thinking these things are funny. They're not funny at all. There was another video, and I may tell you where this is, and you can look it up yourself. I really don't want to show it here because I find it super disturbing. It was where I guess a bunch of people were on a baseball field, I believe, and there was a deer, a young buck, and he was pretty healthy and pretty good shape, but he got freaked out by all the people, and I don't know what happened beforehand. I only know that what was on the video. And the deer ran and jumped over a 6-foot fence, like a 6-foot, the traditional fences that they have over around baseball fields. And it was a young buck, and he didn't quite clear the fence. And he got his back legs fucked up in the back of the fence, but he still made it over, but it made him flip over, and there was a tree right over here, so he nailed the tree with his back and he fell down. And he tried to get up and walk away, but he broke his back. And it, and so it was just heartbreaking, right? And people, what are people doing? They're like laughing, they're like making fun of him. Not everybody, of course, thank God, right? Thank God, but I mean, this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. This is a horrific accident. Clearly the animal now most likely needs to be put down, but it's heartbreaking when we see stuff like that, and none of this is fucking funny at all. You have to say to yourself, when your sense of humor is out of alignment and you think shit like this, cruelty and stuff like this to, people or animals or anything is okay, it's not. It is not okay. It is totally out of alignment with love. Let me see. Does anyone pull up the pictures, the site for me?
I have the video on your phone, and I picked out a whole bunch of comments that are good to share that are really not well.
Okay, so the video is, for those of you who want to see it, Nature is Metal is the name of the site, at Nature is Metal. I think it's on YouTube. So Sophia is sharing with me, where is it? Because I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it. So it's the segment with the deer, if you want to see it. It's absolutely heartbreaking. It's a horrific accident, but Sophia's pulled it up so that you can see the comments. Yeah, see, he didn't break his back. He didn't break his legs. He broke his back. That's okay, but let me just see here. All right, they make foolish comments like, bro chose to jump instead of going through the open door. What do deers do? They do what they're naturally inclined to do, in their intuition, or what do they call that? There's a name. Instinct. Yep. And how they roll is how they're being a deer. All right, there's a lot of good comments here, I see. Sophia, where are the toxic ones? See, this is a good sign. This is a good sign.
I saw a lot of ones that were expressing their compassion, but I saw ones with a lot of jokes and a lot of stuff that I wrote down for you if you'd like to read.
Well, you what?
I wrote down a lot of the
Okay, here, ones. Thank you. That was so awesome. You didn't have to do that. So there's a lot of good ones on there where people are compassionate, and that's awesome. So I'm glad about that. But dinner time with a smile, then they posted an entire recipe for cooking venison steak. Yum, I've always wanted to try deer. Best dinner show I've seen in a long time. Deer hit that tree like George of the Jungle. It didn't watch out for that tree, just like foolish, unwell, immature, toxic stuff. A lot of times people say stuff like this because they're uncomfortable with seeing stuff like that, and I can understand it. Everything from barbecue, I ordered deer dash. Yeah, there's some pretty rough stuff here. Your legs don't work like they worked before, referencing the Ed Sheeran song, right? I mean, and really, this kind of shit is not unlike the nasty shit that they post on the internet with the Trump shit and the politics and all that garbage. They hate. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here that you can read in the comments, but you don't have to do that to see what the truth is, about our society. There's a whole division of dark and light, and this is really about what's right from love and what is not. What is in alignment with love and what is not. So I just want to give you guys a heads up, because the same thing has happened in other situations, where if you see people beating on animals, harming animals, you don't walk away. You do something about it. You ask love what to do. You ask love to handle it, and you address it, right? You don't just let toxic shit happen, right? From love. What you do is you feel in your heart, what is the best thing for me to do, God? Okay? So that you know what to do, when to do, how to do, what not to do. It doesn't mean you have to go in there and stop it, but universe will guide you on how to change this from love. And then you do your part to help those animals and animals and creatures that can't do for themselves in some toxic situations. And it's all about coming from love and compassion. Okay, so and what it comes down to is, who do you want to be? What do you want to show to the world? What do you want to share to the world and share with the world? Because by you caring for an animal, that could teach everybody around you compassion and empathy, right? Yeah. So, something to think about in these times. Some pretty wicked shit. Most of this kind of stuff, they just film these things. They post all this stuff to get people to see it, and to get, to get views. And they're absolutely 110% toxic with it. But you can choose whether to watch those videos too. A lot of times I just scroll right by them. I'm like, I can't watch this. I can't watch this. Jesus, take the wheel. Do what's best from love with this, and so it is. And so it is. And pretty much that's what I wanted to share with you for tonight, guys. I just wanted to bring it up about how toxic this world has become, and with this kind of thing where there's no value for life. When you're in your heart and you're in alignment with God or alignment with love, that's not how you roll. That's not how you roll. Okay? And shit like that isn't funny. And if you think that it's funny, ask love to be free of that consciousness. Ask God to be free of that energy and put the best way to be from love, because you have the power to change everything about you from love. That's what we do, right? All right. Thanks so much. What time are we at?
8:44.
8:44. With that said, we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you guys for coming. That's it for tonight's live talk forum. We will see you on Friday for 12th House Recovery, and that's about addiction, mental illness, and psychology, and much, much more, doing that deep soul work that we're going to do. I'm sure there'll be lots of great energy work there as well, and we will see you then, okay, on Friday. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next Wednesday for tonight's show on Wednesday. Thanks. Bye-bye.